Hi, I'm Ken Saunderson with the Seattle Propeller Club, and joining us today is Nate Clemons, who assists with the hiring and operations at the Shipyard at Western Towboat in Seattle. Hey, thanks for joining us today, Nate.
You bet, Ken. I'm glad to be here.
Hey, Nate, why don't we start off by having you share a little bit about Western Towboat? What's the company all about?
Absolutely. Western Towboat's a family-owned third generation company. Been in Seattle for 75 years this year. We have a fleet of 22 tugs that we operate and maintain, and we also build. We're building our 23rd tug right now in our shipyard here in Ballard. So we have all different kinds of positions for people to work in the shipyard and then great careers on the water as well.
You know, one of the cool things about Western is you not only have an incredible operation in terms of your towing and the whole transportation side, but you have your own shipyard. Why don't you talk a little bit about the shipyard and what you do for Western?
Absolutely. So I'm the shipyard HSSE manager. That's health, safety, security, and environmental. And down here, like I said, in Ballard, we build our own tugs, which is pretty unique and phenomenal. We're located right on the ship canal. So you could come down and see it. Happy to give you a tour, or anyone else anytime. We just have a slab of concrete here where some men and women who've been working in the industry for decades are putting together this steel hold tugboat that's going to be 120 feet long and over 4,000 horsepower. And then once we get it put together, we need all kinds of people to build custom cabinetry. You know, we have carpenters that work here in the shipyard on the boats, and then we have painters who paint it, electricians who do all the wiring, and of course the welders and engineers who are putting the boat together. So that's a little bit about what we're doing.
Very, very cool. Hey, Nate, how did you get involved with the maritime industry?
I think I kind of stumbled into it like most people. The maritime industry is unique because it's a great fit for people who might not fit into a normal 9 to 5 job. It's kind of a choose your own adventure industry where it has a lot of different opportunities. So you see something that piques your interest and you can pursue it. The maritime industry, in my experience, you have a lot more autonomy as well as responsibility compared to traditional careers. It's also a growing industry where you can get a really family wage job. We have great paying competitive jobs here at Western Towboat. And traditionally, you had to kind of know someone who's in the industry to get into it yourself. But right now, there's a bit of a labor shortage. So we're doing more recruiting outside of those networks than we ever have before. And so for me, it's a job that, you know, I kind of just stumbled into. I was have a degree in education and biology, and was doing some science and education things on boats in San Francisco that didn't really leave the bay. And someone said, "Hey, do you want to go on ships that actually go somewhere?" So then I became a deckhand on a small passenger vessel and started working my way up, got my captain's license, and have been in the industry ever since.
What a great story. Talk a little bit about the current openings that you've got there at Western.
Yeah, absolutely. So for this 23rd vessel that we're building right outside my window here, we need welders, first of all. So anyone who's skilled in that area. And then, you know, we have mechanics and mechanic assistant positions in our yard to work on these big Caterpillar engines that go inside our tugs. So we need some entry level, like people with some mechanical aptitude that want to be laborers. And we're going to have a fuel lube oil tech position opening up here pretty soon. So anyone who has an interest in that. And then, as I said before, we have carpentry positions, we have painter positions, and we have electronic positions. And we don't have any openings in those right now, but we're always interested in people who have a great attitude and want to invest in the company, because then we're willing to invest in you. So if one of those piques your interest, then feel free to reach out.
You know, I love your passion. Why are you excited about the future of the maritime industry?
Well, as I said, it's growing, first of all, but then second of all, it's, you know, the world's 70% water. I grew up next to the Columbia River, love swimming and boating on it and floating. And I never thought that there would be so many different areas of opportunity working on and next to the water. And once you dip your toes in to this industry, you'll discover that there really is kind of a place for everyone and every interest. So it's something that's not going to go away, especially because of the Jones Act. There'll always be a need for American workers doing American jobs on American ships. So I think that's a fact of life and part of our heritage of being in this country.